What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Beyond the Map. I spent some time with a demo of this game probably 8 or 9 months ago. I did record a video, but ultimately I decided not to upload it because I felt like the game wasn't ready yet. And you guys know me, I'm a nice guy. I don't like doing negative coverage if I can help it. And so, I'm hoping this time around, the game is actually out in early access now on Steam. And if you haven't seen it before, it actually comes with a very, very interesting premise. Like, what if Diablo was a open world crafting survival game where you could build bases and you could manufacture gear that has affixes on it with different stats and different modifiers and stuff like that. It's a very, very appealing, interesting idea to take something like Valheim and maybe combine it with Diablo. And so my hopes are up right now. We're going to play the game for about 30-40 minutes. We're going to see today whether or not it's worth your time or whether it's one of those games that you want to play for yourself. If not, that's fine. These are my first impressions of the game. I have not played since that demo oh so many months ago, so hopefully everything's all nice and cleaned up now for the actual buying audience. But the link to the game is down below in the description just in case you wanted to check it out, along with a whole bunch of super sexy Nerd Castle links. But before I waste too much of our time just sitting here talking, let's start off the game. So at the beginning of the game, before being stranded on an uncharted island, you were either a Marine, a pirate, or you can be a scholar. Okay, so it looks like the Marine has a rallying banner that reduces damage taken by you and your allies by 50% and then restores some of your health every second, lasts for 10 seconds. That's pretty solid. The pirate over here has grab and run, which increases his movement speed, and the cooldown goes down every time you loot an item. That's very, very remarkably on theme for a pirate. And we've also got a scholar over here. Tools last longer, discoveries grant experience, and we can create an arcane portal that will allow us to teleport around with other portals. Oof, I'm torn right now. I don't know if I want to do my normal heavy armor melee guy, or I've been in a wizardy mood lately. And so, maybe we go in the wizard direction this time around. Let's try out the wizard and see how... Oh my god, dude, our wizard is jacked. Our wizard's been hitting that weight bench. He's got Tren running through his system, bro. He doesn't care. He's got a cough, but hey, man, he looks great in pictures. All right, so, we don't really... Oh, we've just got, a male and a female body. All right, so we can change the faces around, too. Okay, well, apparently I've made Wizard Jesus. So we will name him Battle Christ, just for that extra layer of heresy, you know what I mean? After that, it looks like we've got to name our world. Lost and found, you drop all of your equipment. Hell no, I hate corpse runs. That's the worst. Moonlight Hunt I'm fine with, though. I'm fine with things trying to murder me after I go to sleep at night. All right, Battle Christ, let's do this thing. So here we are, spawned off on a faraway island. I need a bow. Okay, you need an axe for that. Fair enough. My guess is we're going to do that early game thing that we always do in every single survival game, where we got to pick up a whole bunch of sticks and rocks. So I'm just going to pound that off camera. That way, I guess I could have chosen better words right there. I'm going to go ahead and get that done off camera. That way you guys don't have to suffer through the early parts of every survival game. So having gathered the stuff that I need, it looks like we can mash together an axe right here, just in case we want to have those. And then we can get ourselves ye olde Jesus spear. All right, man, give me the Jesus spear. That's now mounted on my back. How does attacking feel? I guess I'm going to have to wait until we have impact with an enemy before I can tell you 100%. But I do have a lumber chopping axe now. And that animation looks okay. It's got a nice little sense of impact on it. What are you guys, drowned recruits? You're just gonna block my stuff, aren't you? Ow, dude, no! I am he that is risen. You're not allowed to strike me with arrows, dude. I have ultimate control over your afterlife. That's all that I'm saying, dude. Me and St. Peter, we go way, way back. He's like my drinking buddy, dude. We get that Jesus wine rocking, and I'm trying to tell you right now that this is going to have long-term consequences. Combat feels okay. It doesn't feel as smooth as something like Path of Exile. But then again, comparing a game that was made by one guy to a game that was made by an entire team and has now existed for a really, really, really long time with all kinds of fixes and upgrades. Over 10 years, in fact, I think, right? Has Path of Exile been 10 years? I don't know if they've hit the old 10 years just yet. Looks like we have a building menu, but I'm going to do my best. Oh, he got the wizard magics, bro. He got them. Oh, my ass, it's on fire, run! Oh my god, the air is filled with the aroma of flaming cheek. All right. Ah, it happened again. You guys please die for me. Level 2 is good, though. I like level 2. When am I going to get access to super sweet magic? That's what I'd like to get access to. I'm trying to cast on these dorks out here. I'm trying to let them feel the pain. We did come with some health potions, so that's good. Got that all nice and filled back up. The game wants me to build a workbench. Let me survey and see if I can find an area that I feel passionate about to live inside of. I actually kind of like this spot right here. That was a very, very rapid pick. All right, so we've got building things we can do. I've got a workbench because obviously a carpenter cannot do his work without a bench. What can I do on the bench right now? I can make some rag foot, you know what? Some pants and a tunic, just for modesty's sake, feel like a really good call. Those aren't pants. Those are shorts right there. Can I tell you a little secret about myself? I hate shorts. I can't wear them. Here's why. I'm always hot in the summertime because I live in the California Valley where it's like 107 degrees every single day. But that all out of the way and that oh, we got like a skinning knife right there. That having been said, I don't know, dude. Like when I wear shorts, I can feel the hem of the short rubbing on my knee all day long, and it just drives me crazy. I don't know if I'm weird or if something's wrong with me, but that has been the reason why my entire life I just flatly refuse to wear anything in the realm of shorts. Honestly, I've been on a big joggers kick lately. I feel like joggers are super comfy, and they are the perfect solution to every problem. A charred scroll of the Ember Mage. Learn Fireball? Yeah, dude, I want to learn Fireball. Teach me the balls of fire. That sounds good. And then we've also got the Old Soldier's Badge. That'll give me Sweeping Strike. And then we have the Marine's Manual that teaches us to do an aim shot. Okay, so let me tell you how this is going to go. It looks like we have a skill tree over here that we can play around with, so I guess I'll unlock a couple of slots. And I'm going to put Fireball in there, dude. I am ready to live the Fireball life. Can I not put Fireball on my right click? Because that's what I really wanted. Okay, I'll leave it on my 1. That's probably going to mess with my dexterity. Fireball! There we go. Get him with that Hadouken. Dude, this turtle got a chin on him. It is very mana intensive for me to be dropping fireballs like crazy on people, though. Okay, I'll just like brawl it out over here. I'm out of mana. I am well aware of that. I am super aware of the fact that you're currently out of mana. Okay, it wants me to make a bow and arrow. I'm just going to mash that out, even though I'm probably not going to use it altogether that much. We got that knocked out, and now it wants a campfire. Being able to warm our giblies once the night gets dark. Probably be a smart idea. Looks like we can grill things over here. Yeah, dude, grill up that Tortuga right there. I get 20 points smarter from eating a turtle? Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, eat that turtle. All right, so turtle done been ate. I don't know. Build a bed next to your fire. Am I going to need more leather for that? I'm going to need more leather for that, aren't I? It actually only takes wood, so I'm going to punish these little saplings over here. And hopefully they give me what I need so that I can take a powerful nap. I've become a big fan of naps as I've gotten older. I think naps are like one of the greatest things on earth. You ever go to sleep at like an unauthorized time and just like degaff, bro? Just don't even care about it. You just accept that, like, listen, today is over now and I'm going to sleep from now until like, I don't know, maybe call it like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm going to wake up at a weird hour, and I'm going to feel regretful about it. Build an item to store your okay, I'm going to get like a chest, too. I've gotten all my basic base building done over here, so I think all of my stuff is now actively down and ready to rock. Let's go see if we can pick a few more fights and get ourselves a little bit more cloth, actually, because I don't really have that stuff on me. Dude, he just kicked the corner of that crate open with his foot. Like, I felt that, and I wasn't even the one that did it. Get you... Yep, I would like for all these little arrow zombies to no longer be a problem that I have to deal with. Ah! Okay, I see you. I feel you especially. Keep firing that off over there. Dodge out of the way of the fireball. Combat feels okay. I don't hate it. It feels like one of the lower budget action RPGs. Like, I don't know if you've ever played like Depths of Peril or something like that. It kind of has like that feel to it. And that's okay if the other aspects of the game end up being more than the sum of its parts, you feel me? So, like, we'll grab that right there. I'll probably pick up wooden things while I'm over here because I have no doubt we are going to need a lot of wood to get a base built. That way we're on the inside the house because it's raining right now. And the game is actually aware of the fact that our character is wet. And so I'm sure that'll have some kind of unintended consequence later on down the line. Looks like it lowers my armor. Okay. Well, I'm going to get that turtle meat right there. Can I not skin the turtle? I feel like I definitely want to skin the turtle, but I don't think that turtle skinning is in the cards right now. Let's test out this building system because I think night is upon us right now. And so being able to like build a shelter that we can dwell inside feels like it may be a strong idea. It doesn't look like, so am I able, what does toggling roofs do? Does it just make it like visible while we're playing around with this? I want it to be on flat ground, otherwise the flooring's gonna get weird and like the sand's gonna clip through. I don't like that, that upsets me. I don't like it when my base has sand and things clipping through it. So we'll go like something like that right there. Maybe I'll just give it like a little bit more space. That way we're on like the inside the house. And then over here, we'll throw those in. Looks like the snap-ins are working perfectly fine. We've got a lot of incremental stuff we can do right there. Ooh, they gonna make me farm more wood. All right, wood farming mode, engage. All right, so let's finish hammering these things on into place. Can I unrotate? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. We'll put those in right there. Snapping actually feels pretty tight and responsive, in all fairness. Camera perspective's getting us right there, but that was to be expected. Let's make it like a little bit taller, actually. I'm okay with having a little bit taller of a base and kind of seeing how it feels. Looks like there's a decent selection of pieces you can play around with while you're building your house. And I do like that they've actually got like the ridge lines and everything in there too. That's really nice. We are almost on the inside of the house right now. Like we are very, very close to being that guy almost. There we go. Get those. Is this guy attacking my base right now? What a little turd, dude. I can't believe you've done this. Just you wait until I close down this crafting menu. You about to get got, my brother. You about to get stabbitied. That guy all taken care of. At least we've mostly got a place to live. It's not super sexy looking right now. I do wish that I could fill in those gaps right there. Do I need to like look around for a piece over here that'll actually do it? It's possible that we are not sophisticated enough in our carpentry just yet to have access to a mystical thing called a triangle. Still, I moved all of our facilities onto the inside of the house. That way, we now have shelter. So that's good. It's a little sandy in here. Like every now and again, you wake up in the morning with a grain of sand in your eye. Obviously not super fun for anybody, but way she goes sometimes. We got some boots right there. Let's get ourselves a tunic. Yup, looking good. We'll throw a cape on real fast. They are giving me a little bit of elemental resistance. As far as I can tell, it looks like these are also giving us procedurally randomized stats, just like they would in Diablo. Our foot wraps are giving us movement speed. I figure I'll probably re-roll some of this other stuff over here. But that does actually give you a lot of incentive to repeatedly try to craft like the exact same recipes over and over and over again. I actually kind of dig that in sort of a grinding is fun kind of way. Let's rest real quick because it's too cold to sleep. How is it too cold to sleep, bro? Should be fine. You got a fire right here. I don't know. Do standing torches give off heat? If standing torches give off heat, I can make some of those. But it appears as though it is much, much too cold. Very soft lighting right there. Actually kind of surprised about how well the lighting effects have been done in this game. Doesn't look like the torches give me any heat, but I don't know. So how can I can't put a campfire on the inside the house. And so I may have to get a little scummy about this. Put one right there and then fuel it up and see if it goes through the wall. Does it go through the wall? It's too early to sleep now. You know, you got a lot of complaints, man. No matter what I try to do, you seem to kind of have an issue with it. I got another skill point I can put in over here. I can also, it looks like I can connect these to glyphs or something, maybe, in order to customize my attack. That's my guess anyways. The second I saw this grid right here and I saw that there was like abilities attached to abilities, I was like, oh, so that's how that's gonna work. So technically we're gonna want this guy to be like right here and fully surrounded because I believe in a fireball focused strategy. It wants me to skin an animal now. It seems like risky, but I guess I'll give it a go. Let's wander into the woods and hope that we don't die horribly. There's a bear over here. How tough is a bear? A bear is not tougher than a magically conjured fireball. So that's what I learned here today. Yeah, harvest that dude. Okay, we got some leather scraps and some bear meat right there. And it looks like we now have access to a leather working table. I kind of want to head inland, though. Oh, yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. I didn't even know I could do that, dude. I apparently wasn't paying attention when they were trying to tutorialize my dumb ass. But apparently, I can zoom out, which is actually really Oh, Christ! There we go. Give me your meat. I want your flesh. Ooh, I found ore or something over here. What kind of ore is this? I need a pickaxe in order to get after it, but, like, there's ore here. I know they're going to tell me to craft something with leather, like, the second I get done with this. And so I'm like, dude, why don't I just, like, farm up a whole bunch of leather right now? That way, by the time I go back to base, I'm going to be all stacked up on it, and it's going to be ready to go. We do have an overworld map that's been made available to us, which is actually going to be really, really good for charting exactly where I am on my island and other areas. I'm almost stacked up on leather, so I'll probably head home in just a minute. Just dodge out of the way of that. I don't have enough mana left for that, but I can hit him with a bow real quick. I don't think you need to have any type of, like, prerequisite stats or anything when you go in to kill an animal with a bow or, like, what weapon you choose. It just kind of seems like they benefit from the various stats, but at the beginning of the game, it doesn't feel like it largely matters, so maybe I will get a little bit of use for the bow out here. Another bear? Yeah, let's take him out. See if we can drop. Oh, there's a wolf too. You guys close enough to get AoE? Ow! Okay, they're working in tandem right now. Somehow, I feel like a brown bear and a wolf probably are not best friends inside the confines of the natural world. But this time around, they were like, man's in the woods. We need to strap up. We need to put our beef to the side. I know we ate your cub like 2 or 3 years ago. Yes, you stole our deer a little while back, but we need to bury that like right now, cousin. We need to bury it right this second. Otherwise, mankind is coming, dude. So what does it want me to make now? It's going to make a leather working bench. Okay, leather working table. Wood and stone. Gotcha. Let's just slap you down over there. I guess I can do renovations later and make the backside, like give my house a bigger dumper. I'm not looking forward to it though, having to like renovate the entire roof when I do that. So like maybe we'll just have a number of different buildings that are all built independently. Looks like we can make some actual honest-to-God gear right now, along with shoulder pads, which is kind of cool. We can make a spell book if we can get charcoal and mooncap. So I got to track that down because I think we're definitely going to want to have... I think we're definitely going to want to have a spell book if we're going in the wizarding direction with this entire adventure. It looks like I need copper bars in order to make the belt, but for most of this other stuff, I need a bone for that. Okay, well, just like, get me some real pantalones right now. We'll start with the simple stuff, and then we'll make the vest real quick. And let's see how we did. Stamina and agility, stamina and agility. Oh, it always does that, but then you get 2 more affixes on top of that. We get more mana on our first hit, and it looks like we get health on kill. Okay, that's manageable. Go ahead and throw that on real quick. I look like a discount superhero right now. I look like a guy that's like in the background while Superman or somebody else actually does the real work. It's fine. I'm not offended. I'm not upset about it. But to get the spell book, we're going to need mooncap and we're going to need charcoal. And I don't know exactly where I get that from. It does say that if I want better tools, I need to find bones along the coastline. And I did see some bones over this way just a little bit ago, but I didn't plumb too far into it because I wasn't exactly sure if it was like time for me to go there yet, or if I was going to be too weak and I was going to get folded. But I see the bones laying on the ground right there, so this may actually work out. Let me get the sea bone. Kind of light them up for a second. Got you. Maybe light you up, but honestly, I need this wizard to go away. You out. Stop that right this second. There we go. If I can stick you a couple times too, that'd be good. I probably am going to end up needing more linen anyways. Textiles seem like one of those things that are going to be infinitely important for like rope making or creating twine or whatever else. And so I'll pick that up while I'm in the neighborhood. We got anything else spicy over here that I can pick up? I think there's one right here. I think I see. Yeah! Give me the bone! Perfect. Is that one right there too? Oh, that was one right there too. Looks like I can make a tailoring table, so chances are we're going to end up making like a robe or something else before we even get like the full value out of this leather gear. But on the plus side, at least it advanced us a little bit through the tutorial phase of the game. While I was killing monsters over here, I see a treasure chest out here. What's in it's locked? Oh my god, the bamboozle of the century. We got rum though. That's dope, dude. I love rum. I think rum is utterly fantastic. Yeah, there's rope right there. I figured at some point we were going to end up making rope, man. It just kind of seemed like a thing that was going to occur. It looks like the rum makes me elementally resistant. Oh, there's like a little house over here, dude. What is that? Is that scary? Should I be afraid of that? I don't know. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe give him a little bit of that hot and toasty fire. Just mag dump him, maybe. I get the vibe that I probably don't want to be... Maybe I'll let him hit me once. Is it going to hurt? I'm not going to tempt fate on it. Let's go ahead and hack this guy up real quick. Do I get anything special out of the mobs that have like a star on them? A gnarled bear claw. You do indeed. I wonder if we're going to use that for like necklaces or talismans or like what is that going to be useful for? Either way, I'm about to loot this dude's house. And we've got a moss agate and we've got an azurite. Okay. Yeah, take them both. And can I disassemble other people's stuff? Doesn't look like I can. So other people's buildings, I'm not allowed to take down. I do want to make a kiln, and I do want to make a workbench. So maybe we grab a bunch of stones and stuff on our way home? And, like, I'll walk through the woods on the way back to see if I can find that mushroom that we need, possibly, for getting our spellbook up and crafted. Because I definitely want to get the spellbook under my control. Back home already, I did find one of the mushrooms that we need in order to make our spellbook, and so charcoal's going to be the next big guy in the equation that we're going to have to figure out. I think for right now, what I'd like to do is, we're going to need a kiln and we're going to need a furnace, so let's get a kiln going. Where's the front on said kiln? Right there? Okay. Put the kiln right there. And then put the furnace right there. That'll work out fine. And then we've got our tailoring table. Let's put that on the inside the house since that's a utility that's going to be helpful later on. And so now it looks like we can actually make wizarding gear. Hell yeah. I'm ready for the wizarding gear. But as a question, how do I make... So, like, if I go over here, can I make anything slightly better? So we've got a flint skinning knife. Oh, we can get a bone pickaxe. That's good. Make that then. We don't have one of those. A bone lumber axe would probably be a good idea too because our other axe can't even chop down any of these trees out here. Like, it's not even helpful in that particular situation. And so just having those on us feels like it's going to be good. So what does this guy do right here? We can smelt stuff inside there, and then the kiln will make our charcoal. Gotcha. Okay, get me like a whole bunch of charcoal because I am ready to make a spell book. And from here, we're going to have to figure out, so if I wanted to make myself some wizarding gear, I can make that right now, so that's no biggie. I can make the robe right this second, too, so I'll throw that on. That gives us stamina and intellect, and we've got movement, speed, and crit on those. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, I can feel the juices scintillating right now. I can't help it, dude. I'm such a sloppy sucker for anything that's even, like, remotely Diablo-related that... If your game has Diablo-like mechanics in it, I know one thing about myself as a person, and that's that ever since I played Diablo 1, I have loved Diablo, and I just can't make myself stop it. Something deep down inside of me is just like a gambler. There's a spell book. Can I fire spells out of it? It looks like it goes in my offhand, but like, honestly, what can I make for my main hand? Can I make anything for my main hand right now? I mean, it looks like it gives a multiplier to our spell power. I guess I can find something and huck some wizard magic at it and just sort of see what happens. I'm not sure that it makes my fireball hit way harder, but we do have more mana now as a result of all of that extra intellect that I think we've been stacking this entire time, so I think it's kind of like working out in its own way. Maybe I'll just use the bow and I'll use magic for right now. That might be the way that we want to go with... Really, dude? How many of you guys are there? Oh my god, they're everywhere. I need to go track down some metals, too. The good news is, these guys just, like, Uber Eats delivered all of their linen to the front of my house already. And so that's kind of helpful. I need to get some mana back. Use a mana potion. Yeah, there we go. Eat flames. Nope, not getting bashed by that. I'm actually pretty happy with how the dodge feels, too. So, like, one of the things that kept this game from reaching my channel back when it was in demo format is just that the entire game felt clunky. One thing I am incredibly happy to say this time around the block is that the game feels much better to play. I'm actually super surprised. Like, visually, control-wise, like, everything feels way improved from like a year ago. And so that's actually really encouraging. That means that this developer knows how to take a look at the flaws that people are pointing out with his game. Like, they're doing bug reports, they're talking about what they like and what they don't like. It shows that this developer is capable of looking at that and being like, cool, so the game is coming up short in those ways, being unoffended by it, and then just like working on it until it feels better. Like, that's one of those things that, like, not everybody has that. You know, not a lot of people can process criticism very well. A lot of people sort of, like, implode underneath it, I suppose. And frankly, I'm a little bit shocked how much this has improved since the last time that I played it. There's a lot to like here. It is a much better feeling action RPG than it was the last time that I checked it out, so that's super good. Let's head into the woods. Let's see if we can track ourselves down some of those metals that we saw out here. I don't remember where the metals were exactly at, but I'm hoping that some of, like, these little crusty bits on the map, yeah, there it is. That's what I was hoping, is that the little crusty bits would be the things that I was looking for. I'm going to mine out this entire node, and then we'll get some tin going. I'll probably hunt for a little bit, I think. And in hunting a little bit, I'm going to bring that all back. We'll get ourselves a full suit of wizard gear, and then I would be interested in exploring a little bit, because I think a fundamental thing this game is going to need to have is that it's going to need to have a compelling open world that is full of things to discover. You know, caves that have complexes inside of them that go down 1 or 2 levels, and you action RPG it up for a little while, you get a bunch of resources as a reward, you come back out, you build for a little bit, things like old, ancient, abandoned sort of undead forts, things like castles, you know, you can have undead graveyards around that players can interact with. Having a world, and especially, like, not just places that you discover, but let's say that you go and you find a ring of stones in the woods, and each of the stones has a slot on it, and each of those slots is a different color of one of the gems that you can loot while mining, and then you polish those up, you put them inside the slots, and then it creates a portal that takes you to, like, a hell dimension, you know, almost like a Minecraft Nether. That's all going to be stuff that I think people are going to be looking for inside a title like this to elevate it and also combine together the hybrid strategy that it's got going between Diablo and also something like Valheim or something like Rust. The game does not lack for larger hordes of enemies either. If you're looking to horde smash out here, there are some pretty big groups of enemies that you can end up pulling if you get a little bit wild with the casting and whatnot. So that's also good to see, because I'm the kind of person that, like, when I play an action RPG, I like it when the entire screen is being eaten up by enemies, and, like, every time you cast an attack, like, 40 of them die. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. I'm here for the power fantasy, son. I'm trying to get that deep inside my system. I needed some more bones, so I figured I would explore for a little bit while the game was also mashing out all of my ores. But we've got a banner of the Vanguard right there. I got these pants. They dropped off of something. I didn't see them drop. But they've got 17 armor. It looks like they give me stam, agility, attack speed, and mana on my first hit. Might be worth using. I don't know if I can, like, salvage this stuff or anything else like that, but I am kind of running out of storage space. So let me just grab the bones over here for the next batch of equipment I'm about to craft. It does look like there are randomized drops off the enemy mobs, though, that come up too. And I was sort of wondering how the game was going to rectify that conflict, because to my eye, when you combine Valheim and you combine Diablo, so for example in Diablo, you go further down into the dungeon and you brawl with enemies, hoping that you get new loot, right? That's the entire goal, is that we're gambling on getting that perfect piece of loot so that we can sell it for a whole bunch of P-skulls, or we can sell it for a whole bunch of rune words, or whatever the de facto currency is nowadays in Diablo. But in Valheim, you go out to explore to find materials so that you can craft more gear. My concern would be, what is the point going out and exploring to get gear if I can just repeatedly craft it at home to get the affixes that I want? It seems like that might stifle the adventurous spirit a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see how the game comes to terms with that little conflict right there. I'm back home now with a whole bunch of goodies that are ready to be smelted. I got some copper while I was out too, so I'll probably get the copper going now that I've got a big stack of tin already doing it. Oh, I only have 6 tin. I thought I had way more tin than that. Okay, we'll combine those stacks over there. I think we're going to be in the market for like a storage chest pretty soon too. But what can I make over here? We've got bracers. That's good. We should probably make those. Anything that gets my mana up, I am on board with. And so I want to get my mana as high as physically possible. For the sash, we're going to need bronze, which is probably going to be a combo. Oh no, I put all my copper inside of here. Hold on, do I need the ore or do I need the bars for this? So if I wanted to make alloy bronze, it's the bars. Okay, I feel a little bit better then. Straight bars. We need a storage chest too, because I've got to test something that is very near and dear and important to me, just personally, as a survival crafting guy. Let's put this right here. Okay, that's been put right there, and I bet you know where I'm going with this. Okay, so I've got my tin and I've got my copper already stashed up. Back at base, look at us, dude. We're actually looking like a proper wizard right now. We look like we dwell at the top of a tower and stare at orbs. That's what I was hoping for. That's the good stuff right there. As for the chest that I built, I think it's working. I can't tell, but I think it's working because I don't have any ore in my inventory right now, I don't think. Yeah, there's no ore in my inventory at the moment, and it looks like it's pulling from my chests. So that would be a good thing. I'm going to alloy out some bronze, I think. We need to make ourselves a lot of bronze. That way, we can actually make ourselves an anvil, because I need to get a main hand weapon. I don't know what kind of main hand weapon I'm going to make. Maybe like a mace or something to begin with. But for now, we definitely are going to need that. So let's keep these things chugging for the moment, and I will give you guys a big ol' That all set aside, we now have the stuff for our anvil. So I'll probably just put that down right there. That seems like an okay spot for it. And this is where we're going to get the wizard stuff from. But I need 10 bars, so I'm going to have to... So we can get a wand, or we can go for like a dagger, I guess, if we wanted to. I'm fine with whatever. I probably don't want to be close to the enemy, though, considering I'm rocking cloth right now. So let me go track down this tin very rapidly. I think there's another tin node. I already got that one. Can I put marks on the map? Can, a suggestion? It'd be really, really nice to put markers on the map. I feel passionately about map markers. I am a fastidious map maker. After all, that's what my degree is in. I literally have a geology degree in making maps from scratch. And so I like annotating things. There's something satisfying. Ooh, is this guy gonna have loot? This guy better have loot. Ow, my face. What kind of loot you got for me? Huh? You got anything good? I'm gonna run away. And you can just keep charging at me. I don't even care. Give me a mana potion real quick. Maybe, oh my god, my fingers are out of position. Oh, the tree stole my glory. It's okay, I punched him in the face. We got some kind of gloves or something right there. Are the enemies getting stronger? I feel like they're getting stronger. I feel like they're getting higher level. What did we get? We got mud strip gloves. Okay. Those aren't like, oh, we get mana back on hit. That'd be nice. Mana on first hit. Mana on basic hit. Yeah, we need to get this wand going, because then I can recharge my mana by just spamming wand at the enemy. While looking for tin, I did find another hut over here, but I have like no mana left, and there's a big ass bear on this side that's gonna make this an issue. Alright, let's light him up a little bit. Does he have a charge? I don't remember if he has a charge. Dude, my fireball is hitting way harder now that I have gear. I'll tell you now, right this second, that my fireball is actually like clacking at the moment. We got another gnarled bear claw. Is there anything inside the hut? Oh, maybe this is this the same hut? I haven't been down this way. Maybe it's just an empty hut. Maybe the bear ate the loot. I don't know. Sometimes things get confusing out here in the wilderness. Ooh, I got glyphs while I was out hunting. What did those do? Okay, let's learn these glyphs right here. And then I wanted to open this on up, and I want to see what the glyphs do. Hitting an enemy with a basic attack gives you attack speed for 2 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. And you get 3% critical strike per stack for connected abilities. Boar's tenacity, you take less direct damage from enemies you are facing. The lower the health, the greater the bonus. Connective skills grant an additional 5% to the passive bonus for 1 second after each cast. Does this have a passive bonus? With the fireball, I mean, either way, we can go Wolf's Frenzy right there. Just to get the extra crit chance? Hell yeah, dude. Further out in the woods, I found somebody's camp over here. I don't know if any of it's useful to me, but I can warm up because it's cold as hell right now. So might as well. It looks like white drop can be grilled. What is it? Oh, 10 health and 10 mana. Can I stack my food buffs? I'm interested in finding out if I can stack my food buffs. I had to cross a couple rivers and fjords like the adventuring madman that I am in order to get to where I am, and the result is that I am very wet and cold right now. I also have a debuff that's stuck on me going into the negative, so obviously we have a little bit of bug fixing and polishing to do here, but it's one of those things that it doesn't like affect the overall gameplay. I'm willing to bet the next time I get hit with a fire spell, it'll probably fix, would be my guess. We got copper over here, but copper's not really what I'm looking for. We also got like bears for days. Maybe light you on fire real quick. Yeah, ooh, bear's might. Hell yeah! More glyphs. Okay, so I see how they're rectifying that difference that I pointed out earlier. Like, earlier I was talking about, like, what's the incentive to go explore aside from getting crafting materials if you can make all the stuff at home, right? The glyphs. You've got to hunt monsters in order to unlock their glyphs, and then the glyphs will slot on into your abilities along with your gear set and whatnot in order for you to build up a synergy and get like an actual build going. So I can get down on that. That seems all right. And what do we have going on over here? Ooh, little environmental puzzly-wuzzly over on this side. What does it cost me to... Oh, I need a workbench in order to... Oh my god, there's so many bears. And one of them's legendary. Die, bear. What'd we get? We get anything good? Another gnarled bear claw. Now, if I had a workbench over here, I could build some stairs that would get up there and get that chest, but like... I don't know, dude. I'm still on the hunt for tin. After a lot of searching, we've got our tin wand. I finally have a main hand so that I can recharge my mana. That'll be super nice to have. Oh, it goes in my range slot. Okay. I mean, that works. That's fine. It doesn't cost me any mana or anything. Does it have durability? It doesn't have durability. Another thing that I noticed over here is that there's like an upgrade button if you come on in here. And so like... It looks like if we can gather up the stuff for it, like crystallized mana or whatever, we can also upgrade these items, probably to the next class up, which I think is pretty sweet. I'm gonna be honest with you, I came into this one expecting it to feel like the old demo did, and this one actually shows a ton of improvement, and it's very playable, and it's very fun. I like it a lot. While I was running around over here, I found, like, on this little strip of beach over here, there's a boss called, like, the drowned cook who has, like, 7,000 HP. I'm guessing he's who I have to take down in order to advance, but there's also boats that I've seen in the crafting list, so I'm guessing we just sail off to other islands at some point, too, and have a good time with it. I'm very, very happy with this early access. It's a 180 turn, to be honest. This doesn't happen very often where I play a demo and I'm like, and then I come back to check out the actual release. It's usually like, the second time around, too. But I'm actually really digging this. This is a cool, clever mix of genres that's working on me. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today we were checking out Beyond the Map. Tomorrow we'll be checking out something else. Very promising, this. I'll keep an eye on it. Bye, folks.